Dear partners, in the context of our investment proposal in AiVidens, I have the pleasure to interview Edouard Beauvois, CEO and one of the three co-founders of AiVidens. Welcome, Edouard. How are you today?
I'm very fine, thank you. Hi, everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you for being with us and looking forward to your insights. So if we get started, Edouard, what I would like to ask you first is, can you explain a bit more about your academic professional background and especially the motivations that led you together with your co-founders to the launch of AiVidens?
Yeah, in terms of background, I've got a bit more than 20 years of experience in the software industry, mainly dedicated to finance. I'm a commercial engineer. So I studied finance myself, and I've been working in large corporates like Atos, SAP, or Soprasteria in different roles, consulting. I was doing mainly implementation of finance, treasury, and cash solutions. But I've done pre-sales, sales, partnership management at different levels in Belgium, in Europe, but also in Asia, where I lived a few years. And I ended my corporate career as head of marketing and communication for a large French company, where I was heading 45 countries in the executive committee. Before, with my two co-founders, we decided to create AiVidens, and the two co-founders and myself, we actually know each other and have worked together for about 10 years before we decided to create AiVidens. And the reason we did was because we had this kick of willing to create our own company. I think the three of us are really entrepreneurs in our head, and we were to come with our own project and be completely independent in that way and offer new innovative solutions to the market.
Okay, and that was linked to AI, finance?
Yeah, because we were passionate about AI, the three of us. Our background, the three of us, is really related to finance, like I said, financial software. And so we started with the idea of creating a solution that could answer one question that we were regularly asked by people from the market, from our network, is how can I anticipate payment issues, payment from companies, customers? And that's why we decided to check and see with the different algorithms, from the different data that we had, whether we could actually predict when customers would pay their invoices. And that was really the starting point of what we did. And now we are much further away, because we have many KPIs that we do calculate. We do propose simulations. We do propose as well ordering the work of the people, prioritizing the work of the people, and so on.
You're already anticipating on my next questions, but please tell me then a little bit more and tell us more about the ways that you add value to your clients and what are in fact the problems that you solve for them.
Yeah, let me start with the problem first. The 2.3% of the turnover, it's actually the amount which is lost every year by companies on average because of late payments. That's really the starting point, which from an operational point of view is translated by, on the one hand, different inefficiencies. On the one hand, the fact that we cannot anticipate payment issues, the fact that we don't know on which customer have the most lever when it comes to collecting the money back. So that's why we had a look. I mean, one of us is really an AI expert. So we had a look at different algorithms, different sets of data, and we wanted to know how we could solve those issues. And we came with this idea of saying, well, why don't we try to predict when a customer will pay their invoice and start from there? And that's what we did.
And then give, like, I guess, a global view on the impact on the cash flow, which is what you explained in the first instance.
Exactly, and really help companies actually reduce that number of late payments. By the way, we have KPIs like 30% and improve operational efficiency by 20%. Indeed, yes.
Great. And in terms of business model, how do you go about this?
Yeah, so we propose a subscription model. So customers pay 1 year upfront for a commitment of 3 years. That's from really a subscription point of view. And of course, some services are needed to implement the solution, but we tend to reduce that amount to a strict minimum, either by improving the solution and really optimizing, I would say, the configuration, or making the configuration automatized to a certain level. And on the other hand, by using external partners that could implement our solution.
Very clear. So a pure SaaS approach.
Pure SaaS, and SaaS is definitely our strategy, and standard software is definitely our strategy.
Great. And in terms of commercial impact or other impact, what are the big milestones that you've been achieving over the past 12 months?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would like to come a bit further away than 12 months, because at the beginning of the company, we won a major prize about innovation. And the outcome of the prize was that we got a subsequent budget to finance the first recruitments of developers to complete the team. A few months afterwards, we won a major prize with SAP. So we were selected among more than 100 companies to be part of a program, 3 to 4 months in Germany, where we worked closely with the solution management and project management. And there were only 2 companies dedicated to finance that could do that. So today, by the way, we are proud to say that we are officially an add-on to the SAP components. And if I look at the 12 months back, we only started commercializing our solution 12 months back, but we got 4 customers in 12 months. 3, I would say, medium-sized SMEs, and 1 very large, which is a key milestone for us, because not only it's our first key customer that we got together with SAP, but also a super large customer, which is really our main target. I mean, I can name the customer. It's called ENGIE, the larger French utility company, where we currently implement the solution for 25 of their entities. But it proves that the solution can be acquired by large corporates. But it also proves that we have extensions possible, because we are already discussing possible extensions of scope and of a number of subsidiaries to use our solution. And by the way, why it's an interesting case for us, because it accelerates as well our positioning together with SAP, because SAP helps us position our solution in Europe and in the US, where, by the way, we have a major deal ongoing, which requires all our focus for the moment, because we would like to close by the end of this year. That would prove that we can work with a large corporate, but it will be a very good door opener for the US market as well.
Very interesting. In terms of fundraising, what is the total amount that you're seeking for this financing round, and what are you planning to do with these proceeds?
Yeah, so we are looking for 1.3 million euros. And from that 1.3 million euros, we would like to do 2 things. First, continue accelerating sales and professionalize our go-to-market and our marketing. That's really on the one hand. And on the other hand, we have a roadmap which is planned for the next 12, 18 months. And we really would like to bring some of the developments that were planned for 12, 18 months and bring them earlier, so that we can accelerate the sale of our solution. We can increase the pricing and the value, and we can as well touch a new piece or a new market segment with those new components.
So you explained a bit about the second thing. The first one was sales and marketing. Can you maybe expand just a little bit more on that?
So sales and marketing, really the plan is to really increase the direct sales by hiring to start 2 sales, 2 senior sales, but also to professionalize the marketing, because we haven't done any marketing yet at AiVidens, so that's important to know. And now what we would like to do is really to focus on inbound and start being perceived as thought leaders, work on the branding, being known on the market, and see how we can capture leads as well by using different types of marketing techniques.
Okay, and relying on your partners, I guess.
And of course, always relying on the partners and still accelerating the work that we do with our partners. Yes.
Great. Maybe a last question, but not least, to your understanding, what makes this opportunity particularly attractive to our partners?
Well, I would mention on the one hand the fact that SAP is a partner of ours, which is quite an achievement for a startup like us. I mean, our solution is on the App Center, so we are officially an add-on to the SAP solution, meaning that SAP is positioning proactively our solution on the market. That's one. Second, the fact that cash has always been king and is still king. extremely relevant. But speaking about cash, there have been few innovation actually when it comes to the last years, especially with regards to collection management and really understanding receivables management from companies. So that's the second. And the third, I would say the fact that now we have quite some traction with large corporates. I mentioned one where we are implementing. I mentioned another one in the US as door opener, but I mean, there are the others that we have in the pipeline that SAP and other partners are bringing to us. And by the way, if I may say a word, I mean, I would be very happy to meet with your members who are themselves working in finance or working for large corporates and see whether there could be joint actions that we could take together. But that's probably a next step, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Thank you so much, Edouard, for your time and valuable insights. We very much look forward to the next steps, as mentioned, and I wish you a great day.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.